The 33 principles form the foundation of chiropractic philosophy. The principles use deductive reasoning as they start with the major premise that universal intelligence exists within all matter, and then goes on to derive a subset of principles to support this overall major premise. Universal intelligence can be thought of as the organization and coordination that exists within all matter, both living and non-living, that keeps the universe intact. We can recognize this order even at the subatomic level of organization and also within the universal laws of nature. The principles go on to discuss the relationship of force, intelligence, and matter, and how this all interrelates to how the body functions, how the body relates to the external environment, and also how chiropractic is involved in the process. The two principles that I want to go over and highlight are principles 20 and 23. Principle 20 states that all living organisms have an inborn intelligence called innate intelligence. Innate intelligence is recognizing the organization and coordination within a specific living organism. Innate intelligence is constantly maintaining coordination within all body systems every single hour of every single day. It is constantly regulating and adapting the internal environment of the body to the external environment in order to sustain the body in its optimal and organized form. Innate intelligence is what keeps our hearts beating and our lungs breathing without us ever even having to think about it. Innate intelligence is what allows us to be self-healing and self-regulating organisms. This innate intelligence is expressed by the master control system of our body, which is our nervous system. Principle 23 goes on to state that the function of this innate intelligence is to adapt to the environment so that the body will have coordinated action for mutual benefit. This means that innate's function is to adjust and modify to outside forces so that the body can work together efficiently so that all parts of the body can benefit. Innate is always looking out for the body's best interest, and its priority is to preserve and sustain our body in order to keep us alive and keep us well. The body is in a constant state of regulation and maintenance in order to achieve overall homeostasis. One example of innate intelligence maintaining this state of equilibrium is the regulation of our temperature. Thermoregulation constantly maintains a constant internal core temperature as innate intelligence adapts to the constantly changing external environment around us. When our internal temperature starts to get too high, sensors in our brain go off, and our brain will send signals out to our body, telling our sweat glands to excrete and our blood vessels to open up in order to release heat out. Also, when our internal temperature starts to get too low, this same pathway will send signals to our body to bring blood back to our core and to tell our muscles to shiver in order to produce heat. Proper core temperature is crucial for so many important processes within our body and also our overall survival as an organism. Thermoregulation is one example of many of this innate intelligence at work, as it is an automatic, unconscious response that regulates a constant core temperature, allowing all parts of our body to have proper coordinated function with one another. Innate intelligence is constantly monitoring, regulating, and adapting the internal environment of our body to the external environment in order to keep our body in active organization and optimal function.